Before we begin, I want you to notice something inside you. That tiny pull, that quiet tug in your heart that brought you here. Have you ever wondered why certain messages find you exactly when your soul is tired? Not earlier, not later, but in the exact moment you secretly needed a sign. This is one of those moments. You didn't choose this video. It chose you. Something guided you here. Something your mind may not understand, but your heart does. Because deep inside, you've been carrying questions that no one has answered. You've been holding emotions you don't talk about. You've been battling thoughts you keep hidden from everyone. And you've reached a point where you're not just looking for words, you're looking for meaning, for direction, for a reason to believe something better is coming. And that is exactly what this message is about. There is something written for you that has already started moving toward you. But before it reaches you, Allah wants to prepare your heart to recognize it. You've been thinking your life is stuck. You've been thinking nothing is changing. You've been thinking your prayers are unheard. You've been thinking Allah is silent. But tonight, not by chance, not by coincidence, but by divine arrangement, you're about to see the truth behind every moment you misunderstood. You are about to understand why certain people left, why certain chapters ended, why your heart was pulled away from places it wanted to stay, why the path you planned kept changing, and why Allah did not give you what you begged Him for when you wanted it. Stay with me. Because if you listen till the end, you will discover something that will change the way you look at your life forever. There is a moment in this video, a moment that your heart has been waiting for. And if you skip, you might miss the answer. You've been praying for all this time. So breathe, let your heart soften, let your soul settle, and allow me to show you what Allah has been doing for you in the silence, in the delays, in the redirections, and in the moments you thought nothing was happening. Your blessing didn't leave you. Your destiny didn't disappear. Your prayers weren't ignored. Everything meant for you has already started moving. Let me show you how. When Allah delays the gift, He is preparing the heart that will carry it. You look at your life right now and you see delays everywhere. Delays in your dreams, delays in your plans, delays in your relationships, delays in your healing, delays in the things you thought would already be yours by now. And somewhere inside you, you whisper to yourself, why is nothing happening for me? But if you listen quietly, beneath the noise of your thoughts, beneath the fear in your chest, beneath the impatience in your heart, you will hear something deeper. Something is happening, just not the way you think. Because sometimes the blessing you want is not waiting to be found. It is waiting for you to become strong enough to carry it. You see the delay as life stopping, but Allah sees the delay as you growing. You think your life is stuck, but Allah is moving you in ways the human eye cannot see. He moves your soul, your heart, your mindset, your character long before He moves your circumstances. He does not delay to punish you. He delays to prepare you. Look at your past for a moment. Look at how many things you once prayed for that would have destroyed you had they arrived earlier. Look at the people you wanted, the places you chased, the moments you begged for. Now with the wisdom you have today, you understand why they didn't come. Allah was not being silent. He was being protective. He was being merciful. He was being gentle with your future. Sometimes you ask Allah for rain and He holds it back because the ground of your heart is not ready to absorb it. If the rain came too soon, it would flood you. It would ruin you. It would overwhelm you. So Allah waits. He waits until the soil inside you is soft enough to hold the blessing instead of drowning in it. You have no idea how many times Allah saved you by slowing your life down. You think slowness is a curse, but slowness is often the highest form of divine protection. Allah knows which blessing needs a wiser you. Allah knows which gift needs a purified heart. Allah knows which opportunity needs a more stable version of you. Allah knows which relationship needs a calmer spirit. Allah knows which dream requires patience, consistency, and faith. Qualities you are still learning, still developing, still practicing. That is why He delays, not to stop you, but to shape you. He shapes you through heartbreak so you learn how to love without losing yourself. He shapes you through disappointment, so you learn that your worth was never tied to people. He shapes you through silence, so you learn how to hear Him. In the middle of your loneliness, He shapes you through tests, so your faith becomes something that cannot be shaken by the world around you. And yes, He even shapes you through the things you never wanted to experience. The nights that broke you, the friends who left you, the moments you cried so quietly that nobody knew. Every one of these moments was not to weaken you, it was to deepen you. A deeper person can hold deeper blessings. A shallow heart breaks quickly. A rushed heart loses blessings fast. An impatient soul collapses under pressure. But a heart that Allah has built slowly, quietly, carefully, becomes a heart that can carry things the old you would have dropped. Some blessings are heavier than they look. A marriage is heavy. It requires maturity, communication, trust, and patience. A good marriage is not just love, it is emotional strength. A dream is heavy. It requires consistency, discipline, and the ability to handle failure without giving up. A position of leadership is heavy. It requires humility, wisdom, and control over ego. A big risk is heavy. It requires gratitude, responsibility, and the ability to give without hesitation. Even healing is heavy. It requires confronting old pain, forgiving what hurt you, and letting go of things your ego still wants. You don't lift these blessings with the heart you had last year. You lift them with the heart Allah is shaping inside you right now. You are not behind. You are not slow. You are not forgotten. You are being built. Allah is building patience inside you because your future will require it. Allah is building resilience inside you because your blessing will be big. Allah is building emotional strength inside you because the next chapter of your life cannot be lived with a fragile heart. Every delay you experience is polishing you, purifying you, preparing you. Look at the seed in the ground. It stays hidden for weeks before even one small leaf appears. It looks like nothing is happening, but beneath the soil, the roots are forming, spreading, strengthening, getting ready to hold the weight of the plant it will become. You are that seed. Your roots are growing in silence, in darkness, in moments when you think nothing is happening. But the truth is, everything is happening. Allah is strengthening your roots before He lets your branches rise. If you only knew how much is being prepared for you behind the scenes, your heart would fall into sujood out of pure relief. Allah is not delaying your blessing. Allah is building you into someone who will not lose the blessing. Once it enters your life, you are not waiting for the blessing. The blessing is waiting for you to become the version of yourself that can hold it. There are moments in life when you feel like nothing is changing. You look around and see people moving forward, people settling, people getting married, people building careers, people finding opportunities, people achieving dreams, and you wonder silently, why not me? You scroll through your phone at night, seeing everyone's highlight moments, and your heart quietly sinks. You feel left out, left behind, as if life is happening for everyone except you. But if you could see what Allah sees, if you could see what Allah is arranging, what Allah is delaying, what Allah is protecting, what Allah is clearing from your path, you would never compare yourself again. You feel slow because Allah is making you steady. You feel delayed because Allah is making you deep. You feel lonely because Allah is detaching you from people who would have destroyed your heart later. You feel unsure because Allah is teaching you to surrender. Instead of controlling everything, you are not being ignored. You are being prepared for a blessing that is too valuable to be rushed. Allah does not send something priceless to a heart that is still shaky. He waits until you grow roots strong enough to hold what He has written for you. Think about how Allah builds mountains. He makes them stand silently for millions of years before they rise with strength. Think about how Allah builds trees. They spend years in the darkness of soil before they break through the surface. Think about how Allah builds night and day. No sunrise comes too early and no sunset arrives too late. The most beautiful things Allah creates are always created slowly. And you, your heart, your future, Your blessing are among those beautiful things. Sometimes Allah withholds because what you want today could collapse your tomorrow. Sometimes Allah delays because the blessing you want needs more time to grow into its full form. Sometimes Allah pauses because the version of you He is building is not finished yet. A blessing that comes too early is not a blessing, it becomes a burden. A blessing that comes too soon is not a gift, it becomes a test you were never prepared for. Allah knows the exact moment you will be ready. You might not see it, but He sees every step you are taking toward that readiness. The days you forced a smile while your heart was heavy, that was preparation. The nights you cried quietly because nothing made sense, that was preparation. The moments you prayed even though you felt empty, that was preparation. The days you forgave even when it hurt, that was preparation. The moments you walked away from what was breaking you, that was preparation. The times you stayed patient even though you were tired, that was preparation. All of these moments were shaping you into someone who can carry what's coming. Allah never wastes a moment of your life. Not your pain, not your confusion, not your heartbreak, not your silent prayers, not your quiet tears, not your waiting. Everything you have lived through has a purpose. Every delay is building something inside you. Strength you didn't know you needed. Patience you didn't know you had. Wisdom you didn't know was missing. Clarity you didn't know was coming. You are being shaped into someone who can handle blessings without being broken by them. There were times when you begged Allah, why are you not giving me what I want? But if you look a little closer, you will see that Allah was actually giving you something much more important. He was giving you the version of yourself that can survive what you prayed for. Because not every blessing is soft. Some blessings come with responsibility. Some blessings come with pressure. Some blessings come with challenges. Some blessings come with new tests. Some blessings come with new people who will need your emotional strength. Allah is making sure you never enter those chapters unprepared. And this is why your delays are not delays. They are divine timing. You grow through hardship because ease alone doesn't build a strong heart. You grow through patience because rushing breaks the soul. You grow through waiting because beautiful things need time. You grow through silence because silence teaches you to listen to Allah instead of the world. You are being prepared for a blessing that matches your destiny, not your impatience. If Allah gave you what you want today with your current strength, your current clarity, your current emotional state, you might lose it. You might fear it. You might mishandle it. You might break under it. So Allah waits not until you are perfect, but until you are stable. He waits until your heart is strong enough to love without attaching your worth to people. He waits until your mind is wise enough to recognize red flags before they destroy you. He waits until your soul is grounded enough to remain calm during storms. He waits until your iman is steady enough to see blessings as gifts, not replacements for emptiness. Allah is not delaying your life. Allah is developing you. He is growing you quietly. He is expanding you spiritually. He is making you bigger inside so that the blessing you're waiting for does not feel heavy when it comes. And sometimes Allah doesn't change your situation because He is using the situation to change you. You think you're waiting for your blessing, but the truth is, your blessing is waiting for you to become the person who can carry it. What is meant for you comes when you stop chasing what isn't. There comes a point in your life where your heart becomes tired. Not tired of hoping, but tired of running behind things that were never written for you. And the more you chase what isn't yours, the more you feel your energy draining, your peace fading, your heart feeling heavier, your soul feeling lost. It's not because you are weak. It's because Allah never designed your heart to survive chasing the wrong things. Your heart was created to walk with peace, not run with fear. Your soul was created to receive what is meant for it, not to beg for what isn't. The truth is, what is written for you does not hide from you. It does not run away from you. It does not play games with you. It does not confuse you. It does not make you compete for attention or love. It comes with clarity. It comes with ease. It comes with stability. It comes with peace. But you only start recognizing what is meant for you when you stop chasing what isn't. Many times you hold on to people because you don't want to feel alone. You hold on to friendships because they remind you of who you used to be, not who you are becoming. You hold on to habits because they comfort your wounds, even if they keep your soul small. You hold on to opportunities because you fear nothing better will come. But what you don't realize is, every time you hold on to what isn't yours, you block what is. Allah's blessings don't enter a heart that is too full of things, not meant to be there. Sometimes the blessing is standing right at your door, knocking gently, but your heart is so busy chasing someone else, something else, some old memory, some dead hope, that you don't hear it. You think your life is stuck because nothing new is entering. But nothing new can enter when the doors of your heart are locked from the inside with old situations. Let go, my dear soul. Not because letting go is easy, but because holding on to what isn't yours is slowly breaking you. You deserve people who stay, not people you have to chase. You deserve opportunities that open naturally, not opportunities you have to force. You deserve love that grows with you, not love that drains you. You deserve friendships that lift you higher, not friendships that pull you backward. Allah never wrote your story so you could spend your life begging for a place in someone's heart or pushing a door He never opened. Sometimes the confusion you feel is the first sign that you are trying to hold something that was meant to leave your life. Sometimes the pain you feel is the heart waking up, telling you, this is not for us anymore. Sometimes the silence you receive is Allah saving you from conversations you don't need. Sometimes the delay you face is Allah protecting you from rushing into the wrong path. And sometimes the feeling of being tired is Allah gently pulling your hand away from what is not written for you. He knows you won't let go until your heart finally understands that chasing brings nothing but exhaustion. You cannot chase what Allah has not written, and you cannot lose what Allah has written. This is why the heart breaks when it chases the wrong things, because the heart knows it is moving in the wrong direction. You feel anxiety because your soul is being dragged towards something that is not yours. You feel stress because you are trying to force something that was never meant to open. You feel heaviness because your spirit knows you are running where you are not supposed to run. When Allah writes something for you, you don't run behind it. It walks into your life with a dignity that reflects its divine origin. When you stop chasing what isn't yours, your mind becomes clearer, your heart becomes lighter, your chest becomes softer, and suddenly you begin to notice things that were always meant for you. The right people begin to feel easy. The right opportunities begin to feel natural. The right path begins to feel peaceful. Peace is the sign, not speed, not noise, not effort, not intensity. Peace. When Allah writes something for you, it comes with signs that calm you from inside. But when Allah has not written something for you, He removes peace from it, even if it looks beautiful from the outside. This is why sometimes you fall in love with someone's smile, but your heart feels uneasy. You fall in love with a dream, but your soul feels restless. You fall in love with an opportunity, but your mind feels confused. These are not punishments. These are warnings. Allah whispers to your heart, do not chase this. It will hurt you more than it will heal you. You know, when something is not for you, because you have to sacrifice your peace to keep it. You have to fight your own intuition. You have to silence your heart. You have to go against your values. You have to beg for the bare minimum. You have to lose yourself just to keep someone else. But what is meant for you never asks you to lose yourself. What is meant for you never asks you to shrink, never asks you to break your dignity, never asks you to chase like a shadow, never asks you to worship someone's attention. The right person will meet you halfway. The right opportunity will open when the time is right. The right blessing will find its way to your heart without you losing your soul along the way. Letting go is not a sign of weakness. Letting go is a sign of faith. Faith that Allah knows what He is doing. Faith that Allah's plan is wiser than your desire. Faith that Allah will never take something without giving you something better. You must stop chasing so that what is written for you can finally reach you without obstacles. Your rizq is coming coming, your person is coming. Your healing is coming. Your ease is coming. Your miracle is coming. Your moment is coming. But it will only enter when the door is no longer blocked by what was never yours to begin with. There is a kind of exhaustion that has nothing to do with the body and everything to do with the heart. A tiredness that sits inside your chest because you've been holding on to things that were never yours to carry. This is the exhaustion that comes from trying to force what Allah never wrote. You try to make someone stay who was never meant to be a destination in your story. You try to make a path work that Allah blocked for your protection. You try to keep a friendship alive that Allah already disconnected. You try to revive a love Allah already buried. You try to fit into a place where Allah never intended you to belong. Every time you hold on tighter, life becomes heavier. Every time you chase harder, peace becomes farther. Every time you force something, your heart becomes more confused. Allah did not create your heart to chase what isn't yours. He created it to trust what is. There are moments when you ask Allah, why am I losing this? When the real question is, why am I still holding this? You don't lose what is yours. You only lose what you were trying to keep from slipping out of your fingers because it was never tied to your destiny. And the moment you release what isn't yours, your hands finally open so that Allah can place something better in them. Sometimes Allah removes what you think you need just to show you that you never needed it at all. You only needed Him. You will notice this pattern in life. Whenever you let go of the wrong thing, the right thing starts moving toward you. Letting go is an invitation for destiny to enter. Surrender is a signal to the heavens that you are ready for what was written. Think about how tightly you hold on to certain people or outcomes. You fear losing them because you believe they are your only chance at joy. But Allah sees the future you cannot see. He sees the heaviness that person would bring. He sees the heartbreak that path would lead to. He sees the years of regret you would face if He allowed it. So He closes the door even while you stand there, prying, knocking, begging, thinking the closure is cruelty. But that door was not your door. The door meant for you will open with ease and will not require you to break yourself to keep it open. Your blessing will not need you to chase it into exhaustion. Your blessing will come when you are walking in peace. Look at the things in your life that lasted. They didn't require force. They entered naturally, grew naturally, became stable naturally. Peace is what carried them. And look at the things you chased. Notice how unstable they felt. Notice how quickly they faded. Notice how much of yourself you lost trying to keep them alive. Chasing takes you away from Allah. Surrender brings you closer. Chasing makes the heart heavy. Trust makes the heart light. Chasing blinds you. Faith opens your eyes. Allah is not hiding your blessing from you. He is hiding you from your blessing until you are ready for it. When you stop chasing what isn't yours, you make space inside your heart for what was always meant for you. Your soul begins to breathe again. Your mind becomes clear again. Your heart becomes soft again. Then slowly, signs begin to appear. People begin to show up. Paths begin to open. Doors begin to unlock. Opportunities begin to grow. Not because you chased them, but because you stepped aside and allowed Allah to bring them to you. Every blessing written for you is moving toward you right now, but it will not fight through the walls of your attachments. It will not wrestle your fears. It will not push through the wrong people. It will not climb over your illusions. It will wait until your heart becomes empty enough to receive it. You cannot pour fresh water into a cup already full of salt, and you cannot receive a pure blessing when your heart is full of things Allah asked you to let go of. Letting go is not a loss, it is an opening. Look at how Allah works. When He wants to give you something bigger, He first takes away what is smaller. When He wants to give you something real, He first removes what is temporary. When He wants to give you something peaceful, He first ends what is chaotic. When He wants to give you a sincere heart, He first breaks the one that loved the wrong people. And when He wants to bring you what is written for you, He will make you tired of chasing what never belonged to you. Exhaustion is not always a sign of weakness. Sometimes exhaustion is Allah saying, it's time to let go. It's time to trust me. It's time to stop forcing and allow what is meant for you to come in its own time. You have cried enough. You have waited enough. You have tried enough. You have broken yourself enough. Now stand still. Let Allah write. Let Allah choose. Let Allah bring what He knows is best. When you stop chasing, when you stop forcing, when you stop begging, when you stop trying to make something fit, that is when the right thing finds you. The blessing written for you will never make you compete for love. It will never make you feel invisible. It will never leave you confused. It will never make you lose yourself. It will never ask you to sacrifice your dignity. The blessing written for you will feel like a deep breath. After years of struggling to breathe, what is meant for you is not hiding. It is simply waiting for you to stop chasing what isn't. Your destiny isn't running away. It is simply waiting for your heart to be free enough to welcome it. Allah removes what blocks your blessings before sending what belongs to you. There are moments in your life when something or someone suddenly leaves and your heart does not understand why. You look at the empty space they left behind and you feel abandoned, confused, disappointed, hurt. You think things are falling apart. You think your prayers aren't working. You think Allah is taking things away without giving anything in return. But if you could see what Allah sees, if you could see the future, He is protecting you from, if you could see the pain. He is saving you from, if you could see the tears. He is wiping before they even fall. You would drop to your knees, not in sadness, but in gratitude. Because what you call loss, Allah calls removal. And what Allah removes is never meant to stay. Sometimes Allah takes away what you were too attached to. Sometimes He removes what you were begging Him to bless because He knows it will break you later. Sometimes He ends a chapter because the story that comes after it is far more beautiful than anything you can imagine today. But your heart doesn't know that yet. It only sees the closing door. It doesn't see the new one being prepared for you behind the scenes. You cry over what Allah removed, not realizing that He removed it, so your blessing could finally enter. A heart full of the wrong things cannot hold the right things. A path blocked by distractions cannot welcome divine opportunities. A soul attached to the past cannot receive the future. And so sometimes Allah has to clear your path even when it hurts. He removes the friend who was secretly envious of you. He removes the person who would have destroyed your happiness. He removes the opportunity that would have made you forget Him. He removes the path that looks beautiful to your eyes but dangerous to your soul. He removes the love that felt sweet but was slowly poisoning your heart. He removes what blocks your blessing, not because you asked, but because He knows. He knows the conversations you never heard. He knows the intentions you never saw. He knows the future you cannot imagine. He knows the harm you were walking toward without realizing it. So He stops you. He redirects you. He closes the door that you kept begging Him to keep open. He takes away the thing you thought you needed the most. And yes, sometimes He breaks your heart to save your soul. Allah's removals are not rejections. They are protections. You think you are losing, but you are being saved. Think about the people you once prayed to keep. Where are they now? Would your life be peaceful if they were still here? Would your heart be safe? Would your future be stable? Most likely not. Allah removed them because their place in your story was temporary. They arrived to teach you something, to change you, to grow you, to strengthen you, to show you what you do and don't deserve. And when their purpose finished, Allah took them back. Not out of cruelty, but out of wisdom. You see loss. Allah sees protection. You see removal. Allah sees cleansing. You see heartbreak. Allah sees elevation. You see silence. Allah sees preparation. Before every major blessing in your life, Allah will remove something, someone, some habit, some attachment, some illusion, some comfort, not because you're being punished, but because the blessing He is about to give you needs space to enter. Allah does not pour pure water into a cup filled with dust. He cleans the cup first. He removes the dirt. He empties it out. And only then does He fill it with something better. Your heart is the same. Before Allah fills it with tranquility, peace, love, guidance, purpose, clarity, He cleans it from what blocks those blessings. This is why you lose people before you gain peace. This is why you feel alone before you feel guided. This is why you experience silence before you experience clarity. This is why you shed tears before you receive breakthroughs. Allah removes first, then He gives. He empties first, then He fills. He closes first, then He opens. He tests first, then He elevates. Look at the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah did not give him the support of Khadija forever. Allah took her back, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam felt pain. Yet after that loss came some of the greatest victories of Islam. When Allah removes, He is preparing you for something greater. When Allah takes away, He is clearing the way for something better. When Allah ends a chapter, He is protecting the next one. Sometimes the thing He removed was the very thing that was delaying your blessing. Sometimes the person who left was the one blocking your growth. Sometimes the job you lost was the one limiting your rizq. Sometimes the heartbreak you experienced was the one stopping your healing. Sometimes the friend who betrayed you was the one preventing sincere people from entering your life. Allah does not remove without reason. Every removal is connected to a blessing that is on its way to you. A blessing you cannot see yet because your heart is still hurting. A blessing you cannot feel yet because your hands are still empty. A blessing you cannot understand yet because your eyes are still full of tears. But soon you will understand why the removal had to happen. You will look back and say, Ya Allah, had you not taken that away from me, I would have never reached where I am now. The very thing that broke your heart will become the reason your heart grows stronger. The very door that closed on you will become the reason your true door opens. The very season that felt empty will become the reason your next season feels full. Allah removes what blocks your blessing, because what is meant for you will not enter your life until the way is clear, peaceful, and safe. Your heart is being cleared. Your path is being cleaned. Your future is being protected. The removal you are crying about today is the reason you will smile tomorrow. Allah never removes anything without replacing it with something far better. There are times when you sit alone holding the pieces of something that shattered. You hold the memories, the hopes, the plans, the words, the dreams, and you ask yourself quietly, why did Allah let this happen? But the truth is, Allah didn't let it happen to hurt you. Allah let it happen to save you from a bigger pain that your heart cannot see yet. A blessing cannot sit where something harmful already occupies space. And sometimes the thing that hurts you the most is the very thing that is blocking your greatest blessing. You think the loss broke you, but the loss freed you. You think the separation ruined your future, but the separation saved your future. You think the closed door stopped your progress, but the closed door redirected you to a path you would have never chosen on your own. Allah removes because you won't remove it yourself. You would keep holding on, hoping it gets better, hoping it changes, hoping it becomes what your heart wishes for. And Allah knows it never will. He knows the truth behind every smile. You believed. He knows the reality behind every promise. You trusted. He knows the conversations you didn't hear, the thoughts you couldn't read, the plans they made without you. So Allah steps in and removes what you refuse to release. Not because you are weak, but because your heart is loyal even to the wrong things. Your soul is pure even toward people who did not value it. Your nature is gentle even toward paths that were hurting you. Allah removes because you are too kind to remove it yourself. And sometimes the removal is so sudden that it feels like a knife to the heart. But sudden removals often come with the strongest protection. The more sudden the departure, the more dangerous the path would have been if it had continued. You may not see it now, but one day you will look back and understand why Allah ended it so quickly. You will say, Ya Allah, if you had not taken that away from me, I would have lost myself completely. Not everything that is good to your eyes is good for your heart. Not everything that feels comfortable leads to comfort in the future. Not everything that feels stable is stable in Allah's view. Not everything you love will love you back in a way that brings you closer to Him. Allah removes to clean your heart from what would poison it later. He removes the fake friend so he can send you real loyalty. He removes the temporary love so he can send you a sincere one. He removes the job you clung to so he can send you rizq with dignity. He removes the attachment you worshipped so he can return your heart back to him. You cried over the removal because it felt like the end. But Allah writes your story with beginnings, not endings. Every removal is a beginning in disguise. After every subtraction comes a multiplication. After every heartbreak comes a breakthrough. After every silence comes a revelation. After every emptiness comes a filling. After every loss comes a gift that will make you forget the pain that once seemed endless. Allah's plan is not to leave you empty. His plan is to make space for what is truly meant for you. Look at your life now and remember the things you once begged Allah to keep. Think about the people you once thought were your forever. Think about the paths you once thought were your destiny. If Allah had allowed them to stay, your heart might still be struggling where it shouldn't be. Your soul might still be drowning in places that were pulling you away from Him. Sometimes Allah removes people before they ruin your peace. Sometimes Allah removes opportunities before they ruin your faith. Sometimes Allah removes desires before they ruin your purpose. Sometimes Allah removes attachments before they ruin your destiny. Every removal is Allah saying to your soul, you deserve better than this. I will not let you settle for less than what I wrote for you. You don't see the danger, Allah does. You don't see the future, Allah does. You don't see the hidden intentions, Allah does. You don't see the silent harm, Allah does. And He removes because He loves you. Even when it feels like heartbreak, even when it feels like loss, even when it feels unfair, even when it feels confusing, even when it feels painful. Painful protection is still protection. Temporary emptiness is still preparation. Trust what Allah removed. Trust what Allah ended. Trust what Allah closed. Because if it were good for your heart, good for your future, good for your faith, good for your soul, Allah would have never taken it away. Allah never removes something without planning to replace it with something better, something purer, something more peaceful, something more aligned with your destiny. And what's coming will make you grateful for every removal that once broke your heart. One day you will look back and say with tears of gratitude, Ya Allah, your plan was perfect all along. The blessing written for you is also walking toward you. There is something written for you that is not standing still. It is not frozen in time. It is not waiting for you to suffer endlessly. It is moving quietly, gently, slowly, yet perfectly toward you. Just like you are walking toward your destiny is walking toward you. And the most beautiful part is, even when you feel tired, even when you feel lost, even when you feel stuck, even when you feel you're not improving, even when you slow down, your blessing does not stop. Your blessing continues its journey exactly as Allah planned. You think you're alone on the path, but you're not. There is something written in your taqdeer that is also on the way at its own pace, with its own timing, guided by Allah Himself. Your soul wants it. Your heart prays for it. Your tears ask for it. Your patience builds toward it. And Allah responds, not by pushing it away, but by moving it closer. The blessing written for you is shaped by Allah in ways you cannot imagine. It is being polished. It is being purified. It is being timed. It is being arranged. It is being aligned so that when it finally enters your life, you will understand why it took this long. Your blessing is not wandering randomly. It is following a divine script. Just like you have chapters of your life that hurt, that heal, that confuse, that break, that teach, that grow, your blessing has chapters too. It has gone through a journey to become worthy of you. It has gone through nights that prepared it. It has gone through changes that shaped it. It has gone through losses that purified it. Allah does not bring two broken things together before He prepares them individually. He doesn't unite two souls until both have grown from their wounds. He doesn't bring a blessing until it is as ready for you as you are for it. You think only you are waiting, but your blessing is waiting too. Waiting for the right moment, waiting for the right version of you, waiting for your heart to be healed, waiting for your faith to mature, waiting for your pain to teach you the lesson it came to teach, waiting for your hands to let go of what is not yours, waiting for you to become someone who can receive it with gratitude instead of fear. Your blessing was never meant to scare you. It was meant to fit you like the missing piece of a puzzle that only Allah knows how to align. And the truth is, your blessing is not just alive, it is growing into something that will make sense of your tears, growing into something that will justify your patience, growing into something that will transform your pain into wisdom, growing into something that will make you say, Ya Allah, your timing was perfect. The same way your heart changes through life's experiences, your blessing also changes to match your growth. Perhaps the person written for you is becoming softer, more sincere, more mindful, more faithful through their own tests. Perhaps the rizq written for you is being built through someone who hasn't met you yet, through a door that hasn't opened yet, through a network you haven't stepped into yet. Perhaps the healing written for you is growing in the background as your heart slowly learns to forgive, to let go, to surrender, to trust Allah fully. And perhaps the dream written for you is being prepared in ways you cannot see, connections being formed, opportunities being arranged, ideas being aligned, skills being planted, because Allah never sends a dream without sending its tools. Your blessing is walking toward you with steps you cannot hear and movements you cannot see. But every day it gets closer. Even on days when you feel lost, your blessing does not lose direction. Even on days when you feel hopeless, your blessing does not give up. Even on days when you feel unworthy, your blessing knows its place because Allah wrote it for you long before you were alive. What is written for you does not get confused. It does not forget you. It does not get lost. It does not get delayed without purpose. It does not move away because you are struggling. No, it keeps coming. Look at the Sunday. Even when the sky is full of clouds, the sun still rises. Even when the night feels long, the sun still approaches. Even when you cannot see it, it is always on its way. Your blessing is the same. It rises even when your heart is tired. It approaches even when your life feels dark. It moves even when you're standing still. It grows even when you cannot feel progress. And the most comforting truth is this: the blessing written for you is more loyal to you than anything you will ever chase. It will never choose someone else. It will never abandon you. It will never reach the wrong person. It will never pass you by, because Allah does not make mistakes. When He writes destinies, your blessing might take time because you need time, not time to wait, time to grow, time to heal, time to break old patterns, time to learn your worth, time to become someone who can carry the blessing with responsibility and gratitude. Allah does not give a heavy blessing to a fragile heart, so He strengthens you before He brings it. Some nights you cry because you don't understand why things take so long, but your tears are watering seeds that you don't know about yet. Some days you feel empty because you don't see progress, but emptiness is the space where Allah plants new beginnings. Some moments you feel stuck